Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm just gonna keep adjusting the camera. I don't kind of know where we are, what's going on. Here we go. This seems a little bit better. Hi, we are here gathering to do the Trance Channeled Energy Update for the month of February 2026. If you are someone who just loves getting the information, the woo-woo, the spiritualness, in a very fun, lighthearted, maybe fast-paced, silly way, you have arrived. Grab your pen and paper, get your phone out. Our little guide Maitland is going to trance channel through me, speak directly to you, and give you some wonderful dates and information about February. And she's also going to, I don't know, I think I'm in the wrong location altogether. I like things balanced. That's going to bother me. Why? I can't see it before I go live, and so it's like this mystery if I have it fixed.
There you go. That's balanced now.
Good.
Now
Okay.
I can finally see you. I couldn't see you for the first minute.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it was still on. So this is Colleen Ziegler off camera. That is who you're listening to.
Hi, everyone.
She's going to be balancing that energy in the room as we do this today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jamie Butler. I'm the Everyday Medium. And it's just a little tagline and phrase to let you know that my purpose here showing up is to take the woo-woo, and it's not really woo-woo because it's true, but apply it in an everyday digestible way. Like we're normalizing our psychic and sensitive abilities. So this channel likes to talk about this kind of topic in a very easy, doable, kind of positive edge way. So with that, if you'd like to know what we're up to, we do have some series coming up. I'll be trance channeling today. If you're ever interested in learning trance channeling, I do have that series coming up starting on February 4th, which is like next week. If you can't start on that day, like it's okay. You can't make it to the first class. It is actually recorded. So you can join and watch the recordings and send your questions to me. And so we can help you assimilate and embody all the information that we have. I'm laughing at that pair in the chat there from Tiffany. Thank you. You crack me up, Tiffany. I also have Reiki Level 2 in February, and the Mastership, which is Level 3 in March. So if you're on that journey or would like to revamp your skills and connecting to energy healing modality called Reiki, join me. We'll also be doing a retreat at the end of February, the 26th through the 28th. Colleen is clapping. That's out in Sedona. Yes. And we have our friend John Hertz. I don't know why I paused in his last name right there. Who's going to be doing the breath work with us. He joined us for the telepathy retreat, which we're putting another telepathy retreat together for August. So just let that sit in the back of your head. We're picking a location as we speak. And if you're wanting to learn how to communicate with spirits, specifically one that you know or animal companion that has transitioned in your life, join me for building new relationships with loved ones in spirit. I know it's a really long title, but I just kind of want to call it what it is. And it's a 10-week series. That's going to start March 7th. Special shout out to all of our YouTube members. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the deep dive after this, where we get into a little bit more of the politics, economics, deeper questions about the energy of this month. But for now, I'm going to let Maitland take the reins, and you can follow all the links below in the description for any of the classes, or just simply go to our website, jamiebutlermedium.com, and sign up to the newsletter. We send it out once a month. Like, we don't spam you. We're not interested in that. We want you to join and sign up on your own accord because you're interested in the content and the material, and it's fulfilling a need. Like, we're not marketing people, just so you know. Ooh, I got from Kristen Bradley the Maitland's Magic. These are the grid. This is the grid set for February.
They're so pretty this month.
And they're so pretty.
I mean, they're always so pretty,
They're
but this month is like, I like the colors.
It's tough looking, isn't it? And so you can put these in the corner of your bed or the corners of your houses, your car. And then later you can hook them together and hang them in the window. She sends a little, look, she sends you a little hook you can put on the window to hang, and they become sun catchers. I mean, thank you, Kristen. And she does that every month. She makes earrings, bracelets, necklaces. You can go to the website that she has. And it's just wonderful. Like, if you're really into the crystals and you like to have all of that each month, because Maitland will talk about that, as well as what chakra is needed, challenged, supported, what Hertz is best to listen to, what spirit animal to look for, what essential oils, what's the best day to communicate. I think it just goes on, and I just probably need to stop and let her take the reins.
And then she gets even more in depth in the deep dive, which is so much.
We just let her loose. Just let her run. It's crazy. So thank you. Love seeing you here. Here we go. If you're sensitive, you might feel a shift in your own body. If you like that, just soak it up. Sometimes it's just really nice to have that. If that's not something that you're interested in, then pull back from whatever device you're on, have a little coffee, have a little chocolate. There's your permission, your monthly permission to eat some chocolate, and get back in your body. Look at me. I'm going to adjust this one more time. You think next month I might do this way in advance? Probably. Okay. If you're practicing seeing light, check out this side. Not me, not Vando Davis's art behind us, which is Maitland. That's his interpretation of Maitland. I love it so much. But just in the air. Did we get everything? I'm pretty surprised.
You got it.
It's hard to stay focused. This is the hardest part of the whole thing. Okay, I'll see you later. Have a great time. I brought my friends. I couldn't stop it. It just kept coming. It was like the biggest yawn from like the bottom of the lungs.
Adjusting.
Hi. I don't have a microphone on today, but that's okay. I like to talk loud. But that's nice because then I know I can touch anywhere and I'm not going to ruin anything. Okay. Hi. My name is Maitland. That's Maitland. And I present myself as 9 years old. I don't need to do that, but I enjoy doing that because I find that it's very helpful to get really big news and maybe talk about the frequencies that seem overwhelming or maybe just larger than life in a fun, lighthearted way. And so I have taken on and maintained my age this way so that it's helpful for you, the listener, the receiver. So let's have some fun and talk about February, which is a really great month. For some of you, you might want to hold on just a little bit. But for the rest of you, it's like I learned how to fly and I'm never going back. It's like I'm just going to keep going. And I say that with great excitement. And what I mean about the flying aspect is that the whole month of February is about like anchoring your energy to your high frequency body. I don't want you to misunderstand me when I talk about high frequencies. It's not that I'm saying lower ones we don't need to associate with and not like work with, because that is not accurate. What's happening right now in your human existence in your timeline is that you as a human have like a set of energies you work with. They're frequencies and they're measurable. You have it on the low spectrum and you have it on the high spectrum, and you have a center. But what's happening is this spectrum is growing. It is really cool. It's growing on the higher frequency end. It's not really growing on the lower frequency end. So it's not like you're getting low access to lower and lower frequencies. You're gaining access to higher and higher and higher frequencies. But because you're doing that, it doesn't mean to ignore or not work with the lower frequencies, okay? And February is giving you that chance to take the center of the spectrum you're used to and moving it to the new spectrum that you have. So instead of this and that being the middle, You're now like this, and this is the middle. So you have to practice rooting and grounding and stabilizing into higher frequencies. And that's what this month is about. End of story. We could just stop right there because the whole month is doing that. And it's really, really wonderful. There's only a few, there's there's like 2 moments where it's like, oh, it's kind of hard. You really need to practice staying grounded, which your root chakra is actually getting a lot of challenging opportunities in the month of February, because when you restabilize to a higher frequency, it's confusing sometimes to your energy, because you're like, oh, if I'm moving up, I need to let go of the lower stuff to get middle again. But no, don't. That will cause complications later on. Keep growing bigger and bigger. It's okay. You can hold it all. You're amazing. So I chose Hematite to work with the challenged root chakra. Hematite there's different kinds. I like the magnetized black hematite. And hematite is a good filter, it's a good grounder, it's kind and it's gentle and it's not aggressive. So it's still going to go, I want you to grow higher and higher and higher, but I'll be here to hold you. So keep going, keep going. It's like the stabilizing frequency at the end of a helium balloon on the string, that plastic weight they give you. I think it's kind of weird, but it's that. And so this energy is really nice to keep with you. And you can keep hematite with you from day 1 all the way to day 28 in any circumstances, your car, your bedroom, your kitchen, your office, anywhere. It's going to be so happy to be with you and work within any situations that you have. So I wanted to mention that right off the bat, because of those few challenging times, which I'll highlight. And then there are 2 very distinct moments in this month where there's going to be a really big paradigm shift. You guys haven't done this before. This is worldly. This is not just your country or just you as an individual. This is everybody is going to be going, do you feel that shift? Are we on a boat? Like, it's going to be a wobble to a higher frequency. And that is that center of the old spectrum moving to the center of your new spectrum. Okay, I'll mention those too. And then, of course, we have the moon cycles. They're just amazing. Day number 1 in February is full moon. Full moon in Leo. I like to imagine that everybody on February 1st is just going to have the best looking hair ever. This should just be a good hair day, that everybody wakes up to that one. This full moon is really interesting. It wants to kind of highlight any drama in your life or anything that's dramatic. And so to that, I say, let's focus on the counter aspect, which is get into your heart and do what you love. And if you can't really focus or know what you love or focus on doing what you love, you might have a really hard time for the full moon, because it just might highlight all the drama aspects. And you're just like, this is chaotic and it's too much for me. But if you take that energy that the full moon is giving and you go, this is my passion and this is what I love and this is what I'm going to look at today, it will highlight all of that love and just start bringing it out for you and just pull the energy into the whole first week. So rev up, focus what you love for the full moon on the 1st. And then throughout that first week, especially to the 5th, you'll have these sparks of imagination, deep empathy, curiosity around having compassion, which is nice. So you have this sense of love, which in February, appropriately so, the heart chakra is being supported, and which means that the energy being supported for the month is really where you're going to move from. You could imagine it being like the ground floor for the month is the heart chakra. It's where you're going to stand. It's where you're going to dance. It's where you're going to walk around and take breaks. It's all going to be in the heart center. which is interesting because many countries have this day called Valentine's Day, which is on the 14th. And I will just say to you, I think it would be better to celebrate it on the 10th than the 14th, because the 14th kind of has some other ideas. So we'll talk about that when we get there. So full moon, focus on what you love. Heart is being supported. Like, imagine the full moon isn't a sphere, but it's a big heart in the sky, the night sky. That's it. It's like, come forward. And then sparks of empathy, intuition, curiosity, like getting to know yourself and love yourself starts to come out. And you'll have more clarity around how your intuition and your mind are working together for those few days. And then you get to the 5th, and there's a chunk of time between the 5th and the 8th that's a little bit more erratic. And it's like, remember, you need some opportunities to stay grounded. Get your hematite on. That's from the 5th to the 8th. So if you have your calendar out, you kind of want to highlight, if I feel erratic or I'm having really weird thoughts, it's really about practicing staying grounded. And if you want to add that another layer to it, it's the practice of staying grounded, centered, present in the now moment, but heartful. It's not so much as a mindful moment, it's a heartful moment from the 5th through the 8th. And what's wild, on the 6th, you're just going to get this energy coming from the universe. This is the whole earth. That's like, your imagination, your intuition, your empathy skills is boiling and boiling. And so what this does is it brings forward a lot more curiosity and a lot more kindness, but right in the middle of some really sporadic energies. Weirdness. So it'll be, what's it called when two things are very different, like salt and pepper?
Like opposites?
Opposites. Yeah, we can say opposites. I thought it was one with a D. Dichotomy? No. God, the words are funny. It's weird when you get into somebody else's body because you use some of their memory bank, but you're bringing your own, and you just have to co-create really fast. And okay, so we have the opposites happening from the 5th through the 8th because it's erratic energy and some weird like communications and sporadic communications where like stuff just kind of comes out and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? That's not so so heart-centered, heartfulness. It's just like, and you're practicing staying grounded and a little bit of chaos. And then when we get to the 8th, there's another block of time, the 8th through the end of the month, like 20 days. And this is like, I want to give you a visual because it'll really be about your relationships and communications, but it'll feel like the stuff you don't like in them are like coming to the surface. And it's not coming to the surface to be mean to you. It's not coming to the surface to be a disruption. It's coming to the surface so you can like blow it off, like dusting. Dusting is not hard. Dusting isn't like a stain where you have to scrub it out. Dusting just like rests on top and you go and you move it. And so that energy comes and goes from the 8th to the end of the month. But what's carrying that, not just the heart energy that's being supported all month, it's this third eye energy. It's your intuitive energy, but it's really based on like your spiritual values, your integrity. Like it's bringing forward a deeper sense of connection to that high frequency that you're growing with, that new centerness and your bigger spectrum, high heart energy, high intuitive energy. And it's like these values start to come up and you behave differently because of them. If you see it and you go, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do it this way. And this way is more aligned to your core spiritual values. This one has higher integrity and you're just naturally attracted to it. And that's like February is like, let's go. Let's increase and stabilize our energy in a higher frequency, because you've grown. Now we need to lift your center. So those 20 days are really supporting that. And if you're making choices that are a little different than what you're used to, I want you to realize that that's you. You've grown, and now you're making those choices based on all that work you've been doing over the years. And I want you to recognize it and get excited about it, that you are like visibly seeing and like feeling in your body all those shifts and changes that you've been working on and living with. Now they're part of your foundation and your core. Okay. Then we get close to, well, of course we have to talk about the middle of the 8th through the end of the month. There's a lot to talk about, but like when we get closer to the 10th for me is the real Valentine's Day. Because the 10th is like, okay, we've got you recentered. Your heart is so supported. All of a sudden, there's all this clarity around how you want to talk about that. And there's so much love that pours in. And it's this love that feels passionate. It feels fiery. It's not a love that kind of tucks you into a bed to go to sleep. It's a kind of love and empathy and compassion that's like, we're putting this inside of you, and now you have this energy to like give it to grow it, to give it to others, to support others, to help others. And it's like from the 10th trickling all the way, like really through the 16th, but the 10th through the 14th, it's like community is coming forward and offering help. And now you're looking around going, those are my friends. And you can allow yourself to really feel that bond and that security that friendship offers, and the way that people show up to help. And you will have, this is one of the reasons that I brought my friends in today. I have a whole bunch of angels and multidimensionals in the room. And some of you may have already picked up on that, where you're not just like listening to me chat on and on about information, but you're feeling a little bit bigger and a little bit lighter. These are all my friends. And I brought them because of this. You'll start to have moments in your day-to-day average life where, we'll say, a stranger comes up, but nobody's really a stranger, but we'll say a stranger comes up and just offers help, just comes all in, helps you with something, and then just kind of vanishes. And a lot of people call those like, did you see that angel come in and assist and help? Did you see that angel? Well, there's going to be a lot more of that, especially around the 10th through the 16th. So you'll get like a week of feeling how community used to be when you were spiritually awakened. This long, long, long time ago. We're talking like time is linear, and we're pretending there's a past. And we're recalling what it was like for humans when you gathered in spiritual communities, which really celebrated the essence of sovereignty and freedom and integrity and the support of health and well-being of all that are alive, all living, and really everything is living. So you're getting a really nice taste of this in February. And then we get your first hit on the 13th. This is a massive, get your pen and paper. On the 13th, this is a massive paradigm shift. This is like, it's a boost of energy that's global. Think of it, there were several commercials that I thought were funny throughout the ages. There's one where the big Kool-Aid guy comes in and he busts through a wall. There's another drink where people would hit themselves on the forehead and fall into a pool. That was that tomato juice in a can. Do you remember that one?
Yes, the V8.
A V8.
Yeah.
And they'd hit themselves. They show up like that. So this energy that's coming to the earth is like that. It's like, and it's all about you as an individual, even though it's bathing the whole earth. And it's about you discovering your independence, your leadership abilities. It's like how you are taking responsibility and control of your own outcome in your own life. And it's helping you identify who you really are. Okay, we got to pause because I really need you to listen to me. I'm going to try not to talk fast. With this energy that's coming in on the 13th, it's really going to push you to deeply know who you are, to identify who you are. What this means is those of you that are more aligned like little earth angels will feel more angelic. Those of you who are incarnated multidimensionals, some of you laugh and say aliens or space people or star cousins or whatever it is, but that your core essence of your spirit and soul really resonate with a different dimensional plane, you're going to start seeing more and more of that in you. This can be a lot of fun. This can be like a lot of aha moments, and you just go, oh my gosh, I know who I am more and more. That scared me. They're magnetic.
Sorry. It startled me. Was that the hematite clapping together?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It scared me so bad. I'll stop playing. I have a hard time not moving. So for most of you, you'll really like it. But those of you who are slowly waking up to these concepts that time is not linear, and that the soul energy inside of you can be imprinted with other dimensional races, other dimensional species, and that you can have some of those personality traits and some of those spiritual abilities, things like that, then it might be a little overwhelming. So some examples, because I hear you guys going, wait, give me some examples. So some examples in this time frame, starting on the 13th through the end of February, could be that you realize that you're more telepathic than you really know, and that is a natural ability of yours. And maybe you don't study it a lot, but it's starting to really come forward. Or maybe you start to notice that you can really feel what another animal is going through, and you're not humanizing them. You actually can feel it. Or maybe you start to realize that you can absolutely look through like an X-ray or a scanning machine through somebody's body, and that you can see where their illness or their disease or their injury is. And you just kind of realize, and you don't dismiss it anymore. You don't do that really weird human thing that a lot of people do, and you go, well, that's just me making it up, or that's just my imagination. And you just like wipe it off your shoulder. This is where you go, oh my goodness, I'm going to give it some credit, and I'm going to give it some time and some focus. And it's really happening to me. And you will have the community around you where you can talk about it to other people. And you won't feel like you have to be quiet to preserve. You can actually talk about it. So that's the first paradigm shift. That's on the 13th. And you can imagine this independence, getting to know who I truly am, doesn't really set you up for like a couple's day on the 14th. So I would do a couple's day on the 10th, where all that love is coming in. The 10th, the 11th, the 12th, all those days, bring it in. Like, it's just so lovely. Your compassion, your intuition, your psychic abilities, which your third eye for this month is needed. And for your third eye, I chose Labradorite. Labradorite is this sweet, cleansing, mental balance energy so that you can focus on the spirituality. And it's similar to Hematite in the way that it will hold space for you, like make a boundary around you, but not contain you. So it says, we're going to work from here, now go as far as you can. And that's what we really need on Earth right now, is that holding in a boundary way. I'm grounded, I'm safe, but I can go as far as I can, as I'm able, which is different for everyone. So I like Labradorite, and you can keep that with you the whole month if you would like. Around your bed is amazing, especially for people who have ADHD, ADD, vicious, cycling of thoughts. This will help you calm that train down a little bit and slow it down so that you can think more about where you are, tap into your psychic abilities and your intuitive abilities. So the third eye is going to be needed because all the energy that's coming in is heart centered. You move from here, but it's getting you to activate and use this. The challenge is staying grounded while you do it. So those are our 3 chakras for, I'll talk about the heart one later because with, okay, the 14th, we said you need to go to the 10th instead. But when you get to the 16th has a burst of sweetness and love and heartfelt energy and intuition again, which is really nice, is kind of revving up for the new moon, which is the first solar eclipse of the Aquarian eclipse season, which is going to last a year and a half. And whatever energy that you are going to bring in and seed and plant for the new moon is going to give a rise in the summer. So you better think wisely about what you want to have in the summer because you're planting it on the 17th, which is also Colleen Ziegler's birthday.
It is my birthday. I'm pretty excited.
It is a really amazing, energetic day to have a birthday.
Yay!
But I want you to be very aware of what you're thinking and how you're putting your energy forward because it's launching a whole year and a half cycle of Aquarian energy.
I'm ready.
Yes. And it's all like this new moon, it's like if, I don't know how I want to say this. It's like your future, if your future was fixed, like all those things that you see yourself in your future, like when you made a vision board or a life mapping, when you're doing manifestation skills, it's like if you had that, and then on the 17th, it was like, yes, you have placed that in the future, but we are now going to place that directly onto you today. Boop. And it just like a little face mask, a little clothing, little outfit, just bloop, it just clicks right onto you. And it's like, it's no longer futuristic, it's your now. And like that hope and dreaming and extending your energy out into those wonderful good things that you want to be working with, it's all happening on the 17th. It's really wild and very incredible. And for some, you might want a seatbelt for this day. You don't need it for the first, not for the full moon, but for the new moon, you might want a seatbelt. I like it, and I think it's a really wonderful day to practice that soaring and staying stable in higher frequency energies. Then, after this, it just gets crazier and crazier. After this, it's like that energy lasts like 3 days. I know the new moon only lasts 1 day. But like one cycle around the sun. But the energy is so big, it's going to linger. It's going to come in beforehand too, but it's going to linger afterwards. And so the next shifting of gears isn't to the 20th. It's like the 20th through the 23rd. And that is the second big paradigm shift. So keep writing with your pen in your calendar or whatever device you're using. The 17th, be very aware of what you're thinking, what seeds you're planting, get out your vision board, get out your future things because it's going to get right on you. Your hopes are big, your manifestation skills, they are brewing because this boom, paradigm shift in thinking for the whole world from the 20th really through the 23rd, but it can last longer than that, is all about boosting your manifestation skills. I just did it again. I'm so sorry. I'll stop touching it. It's all about boosting your manifestation skills and shifting from what you think is future. It's not, because time's not linear. And when you're recalibrating from the center of your old spectrum and you're making it to the new center of your big spectrum and you're lifting that comes with that sense of flight. It comes with understanding more how time is fluid and flexible. And these days are like, we're going to show you. And so if you barely think of something, like you barely come to with it, it's going to show up in your world. So you need your third eye crisp, clear, clean. If you are somebody who is like, tell me what day to take off of work so that I can focus on myself, I would say, what's happening for you on the 20th through the 23rd? Because maybe if you can step away a little bit or have a lighter schedule so that you could really look at you, gosh, this is like an ounce of energy put forward is like a ton. It's really, really good. And then as we get to the end of the month, it's more of intuitive creativity, like bonding with community, being able to take what you see for yourself, work with really complicated like thoughts, goal setting, things of that nature that you probably just were walking through from the 20th through the 23rd because the world was like, what do you want to do? It's kind of like shaking you by the shoulders. Think about it, wake up, stay awake, stay grounded, let's do this for that time frame. And then when you get out of it, it's like, oh my goodness, how can I help other people with that? What I just went through was insane. Can I help? Can I help? And it's like you have this feeling of, can I help? And that just makes community so much stronger. So you'll be around those others that are vibrating with like-mindedness than you. And it just the world starts to feel like you know that it can be, if that makes sense. That is February. I told you it was really good.
I love that energy, how we didn't, so this happens a lot. I just want to speak on this. The Sedona retreat is during that time that you just spoke of. So I think it's a perfect time.
It's during the community and the
retreat.
help.
Yes.
And did you know, like, when they were making the retreat, I don't know if you know this, but Jamie kept laughing and going, what does this even mean, accessing higher consciousness? Like, we have higher consciousness. And we were trying to say, you have to vibrate at the high level. And that's what the whole month is.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to end on that, like an exclamation mark. It's just, I like that you guys listen to us and you just do it blindly. And then you go, oh, as it gets closer. It's funny.
It never ceases to amaze me how retreats and classes, we'll plan them months and months in advance, and we don't realize what the energy is going to be during that time until later, which I love.
Wait until you hear what the 10 days of deep cleaning are going to be for February. And the March one is going to be 21 days of consecutive healing, and we've got plans for that one. That's really interesting. They're not posted yet, but maybe I wasn't supposed to talk about it, but I just did.
I've already been talking about it in chat thread.
Oh, okay.
So that's okay.
Yeah, the 10 days is going to be about staying at that high frequency. And then the exercises from practicing that are going to be in the retreat. She doesn't know this yet because we haven't talked to her about it, but the heart chakra that is supported the entire month, I chose Aquamarine. Aquamarine, it's in here. I just tied it in a knot. And Aquamarine is it's soft, and it's doing the same thing as the others. Creates a boundary, but it says fly, go, get big. But really, Aquamarine likes to calm things down a little bit, because we do need you to stay in your body and stay calm, because there is many opportunities in February for you to get out of your body. There really is. That's the time where it's like struggling to be grounded. Like around the 5th, there might be some really weird world activities and strange communications and confessions, and same around the 8th as well, where it's like stuff is boiling to the top and you want to dust it off. But you recognize it now with a different set of eyes and a different set of awareness, where you're like, oh, that doesn't hook into me anymore. That doesn't trigger me. That doesn't grab me like it did before. I'm above it. And it's like you start to recognize it, and it just gives more room for celebration and the art of grounding your energy, rather than it feels tough to stay grounded and in the body. Now it's like, I stay grounded, because I'm not triggered and I'm not this way, and I'm flying, and I have joyous reasons to stay grounded. So Aquamarine will really help with that kind of frequency. When you're using your grids this month, you can use them all the time, anywhere. A grid is where you take crystals, like you'll need 4 of the same. So 4 aquamarines, you'll need, this. Oh my God. I hate to touch them. Like this, where you make sets of 4. And I like putting black tourmaline in it because black tourmaline is a good cleanser and grounder. And you can also add selenite. Selenite can be a good like spiritual lift. But I want you to have labradorite, hematite, and I want you to have aquamarine. At least those 3. So you'll need 4 sets of them. And then you put them on one corner of your bed. So each corner gets a set. And then you sleep in it. And what happens is when you have same type of crystal and you've separated them, they communicate in the frequency. So really what happens, your bed turns into not just a sleep zone and a subconscious lift, it turns into this healing zone and a vibration match. So you're sleeping in that energy and your subtle light body is like vibrating in the frequencies and clearing and healing and growing throughout the nighttime. So gridding the bed is a great magical medicinal way to clean and support your energetic fields, especially for this month. If you've never tried a bed grid, I would say let's do it this month. This is a good month to do it. You'll see some responses with it. If you're not really into crystals, but you really like sound, I chose the 432 Hertz. This is like a head-heart coherence. This is what music was tuned to a long, long time ago, and it really needs to come back to it. It's the huge frequency that supports growth in life. And so it's ease and it's that lift, that flying thing that you're getting from your larger spectrum of energy that you're working with and your new center. 432. And you can just turn it on really, really low. You don't need to listen to it very, very loud. Like when you go to sleep and you can barely hear it, that's the level that you can keep at it all night. It'd be so wonderful. And you can put it in your office, you can in your car, your headphones, whatever. And then if you like aromatherapy and essential oils, you could use frankincense, chamomile, bergamot. Chamomile and bergamot are going to be 2 drops each. That's the core of the essence. Chamomile is that smoother, it's that sweetness. Bergamot is the bright. It helps you stay focused right where you are in your now moment. And the frankincense is your anchor. And you only need 1 drop of frankincense. 2 bergamot, 2 chamomile. And you can put it on a diffuser. You can heat it up. You can put it in the room. You could make an aromatherapy spray with it if you want. And if you're using 4 ounces of distilled water, you can put up to 63 or 64 drops of essential oil. And so you can figure out the ratios from 2 to 1 up to 64 drops within 4 ounces. And if you are an animal lover and you like to have that animal energy around you and you're like, what animal is supporting this month? I am happy to say that it is the snow leopard, AKA the ghost cat. It's like you don't see the cat until you see the cat, and probably by then it's a little too late, which is not so good. But this energy of the snow leopard is like taking the unseen and like blending it into the grounded. So it's really extreme energies that this cat can like represent and hold. And it's like you can have your solitude, but you're not isolated. Like you're very much hooked in to the ecosystem and to the community and to knowing where everybody is, but you can take time away to be isolated. So you can take time to go up into higher frequencies to play around in your spikes of psychic ability, spirit communication, and you can also drop back into the community and get really grounded and be helpful. So when you see this snow leopard, it's in a picture or a video or it comes up, then you can just quietly go, I can hold the extremes of my new spectrum and stay centered in my new way. Like it's just a reminder, like I've got this. It's a cheering on kind of a thing. And then I would say the best day to communicate to spirit would be the 16th, right before that new moon, right when all this love and like empathy and intuition, because when you get your intuition and your imagination activated, it really just quantum leaps you closer into our frequencies. And that's you like feeling that new spectrum growth And so we really want you to have fun with that. And if you want to learn more about the energies and what it is, for like crypto and politics and things of that nature, I do talk a lot about that in the deep dive. I'll quickly say when it comes to money and financial matters that February is in general going to be a growth month and not so volatile and kind of like confusing. We're going to leave that for a little bit later because February is all about the practice of flying and stabilizing in higher frequencies. And so companies are going to be doing that as well. Gold, silver, kind of common mutual stocks and things like that, and stocks in energy and technology are still kind of, safe and things to look at for February. Though everything has ability to move, what we see where you are right now is it's going to grow. Okay, that is February. Can you believe it? And it's like the shortest month you have in the whole year. And it's packing something just really wow and big.
There was a question earlier if there's a replacement for aquamarine. I know that's a stone that not a lot of people have.
You could go for an Amazonite or a blue lace agate. I know it's more of a blue tone, but it's really nice to have in the heart.
And what about Mercury retrograde this month?
Oh, that starts on the 26th.
You got anything to say about that?
You'll notice it, but you won't notice it like the other ones. Like usually Mercury in retrograde is like, oh, don't sign anything and everything's a little topsy-turvy and communication is a little bit more difficult. Yeah, all of that is still going to present, but you're dabbling and playing in the higher frequencies, and Mercury really likes to screw a lot with the lower frequencies. And as it goes in reverse, it's like, let's grab everything you're used to relying on and take that away from you. This time when it's doing that, you're like, oh, I'm not really working with that right now. Like you're in a different kind of a focus. So you'll feel it, but it won't be like technology all ruined and everything because you'll be so focused on something slightly different. I'd probably say if you're traveling during Mercury in retrograde in February, which is just like the last few days in February, I would just give yourself some extra time, but there isn't going to be anything that's like a main block or slowing you down. I did forget about that guy because it's not really like in your face this time.
It's a pretty uneventful one.
It is. The bigger thing that's like trumping it or like offsetting it is Saturn leaving Aries and coming into Pisces. But we don't really use that kind of language here because it's so gibbly gosh, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it's feeding you so
what was
much.
That? Can you do that one more time?
Gibbly gosh, blah, blah, blah. Because I want to talk about things in a fun way and not through like a specific lens of anything. It's more just about what the energy is doing. Not about naming positions and trining and squaring and stuff like that. And she doesn't know all that stuff either. So I want to work within her mind. Like when that comes in around the 20th to the 23rd, 20th, like it's all just lifting your focus and giving you this whole new access to manifestation, and just kind of leaves Mercury in retrograde a little behind.
I hear you. Thank you, Maitland.
You're welcome.
So we'll see you again at 1:15.
Yes, we're gonna talk more.
And we'll definitely have time for more questions during the deep dive on the topic of February's energy.
Yes, we get into things. I certainly love that you're here. And I do this thing where we say goodbye and we rhyme. So I'll see you later, alligators.
After a while, crocodile.
And I'll see you soon, baboon.
Bye-bye, butterfly.
Hasta mañana, iguana.
Will you kiss, jellyfish?
Bird.
I'm trying to think of a snow leopard one, and I have nothing.
I don't know if anything rhymes with leopard. No.
And they pause.
I see you in the morning, unicorn.
Thank you, Maitland.
Bye, everybody. This is fun. Bye.